they stand with Megan as she's expected to testify in Tory Lane's shooting trial today.
Hey,
She's wearing purple because purple is the color of domestic
how you know that?
violence.
How you know
And
that?
she's trying to wear that to get extra support
How do you
from the
know that?
women. Because I know everything, babe. Nothing gets past these Gucci frames, baby. What you talking
Hey,
about?
my co-host on it for real. I'm surprised he said that, but hey, man, the day is here. The day is here. 2 years long. It's been 2 years since the fateful shooting of my girl, my hottie, my spicy Megan. And you know I'm hurt, and I'm really disappointed in how this whole trial is going. But we gonna get into it.
Yeah, my co-host has been buying hottie sauce off of eBay because McDonald's doesn't sell it anymore, and he drinks it by
First
the
off, all people know the hottie
gallon.
sauce came from Popeye. Stop playing with your boy. We support Meg over here. We know the real.
Was it Popeyes?
It was chicken.
Not
Hey,
nuggets?
that's sweetie sauce. So you still on
Oh yeah,
sweetie.
I'm still want that sweetie sauce. Come on,
Hey
give me
man,
the
but
sauce.
enough about my co-host and his little horny ways. We going back to the topic at hand. Day one. It was not really day one. Day one of trial. Megan versus Tory. Megan comes wearing the purple, supporting domestic violence, like my co-host said. Tory comes to the courthouse with his child, trying to get the little sympathy vote, showing that he's a father and everything, so he can dare do this. And I remember from day one, I remember that this whole thing sounded fishy. Like you over Kylie Jenner's house. I don't even know how you know Kylie Jenner.
He only went there because Megan invited him.
Exactly. Megan invited him. Next thing you know, I'm hearing stories about Tory Lanez over here trying to backstroke in the pool and
Oh,
backstroking
he's
Kylie
showing
Jenner.
all of his strokes in a pool. Oh,
Exactly.
he
It's
was
just,
in the kiddie side.
hey,
It's 3 feet and below.
and with me, man, I'm surprised Tory Lanez even got in the pool because I heard about this little fake hair toupee
Oh,
stuff.
his hair plugs. Yeah.
So, man, I thought hair plugs can't mess with chlorine and bleach. I thought they ain't combined like oil and water. But it is what it is. So, Megan Thee Stallion hits the stand. She starts talking, and it's open testimony. Looks like Megan Thee Stallion opening testimony, and the prosecutors say that they got key facts to say three people finna say that Tory Lanez shot Meg. On top of that, Tory Lanez called Kelsey in jail apologizing. On top of that, Tory Lanez text Meg, "I'm sorry." On top of that, the security guard
They
said,
all been contradicting themselves like crazy though,
but I know that's
from different interviews and stuff.
yeah, I know that's the crazy part. But in the beginning, this is everything that Megan's side said that they were going to prove, and I'm over here hearing this. I'm like, if you can prove this, you got my vote. Tory did what he did, but I mean, going into it after them talking to Meg and Meg over here talking about, oh yeah, I didn't see the shooter. I don't know who shot me. And then 2 seconds later say, oh, Tory shot me. Like, I don't know what to
Kind of like
believe.
Biggie.
Exactly. And then on top of that, like, I don't know why the prosecutors asked her about being at the Jenner's house. They asked her about the Jenner's house.
And who's this lawyer dude that we have on the? We have a video clip. We'll play it in just a second. But I've seen him everywhere when it comes to people covering this case. Is he like a lawyer that has access to the courtroom?
I mean,
Or
everybody has access. Everybody has access to the courtroom. It's a public place. Anybody can any court. Anybody can have court. Anybody goes to court. You can walk into the precinct. I mean, you can walk to the house, the
but I'm sure
courthouse.
they have only so many seats.
I mean, yeah, this first come first serve. If you
Okay.
once seats are filled, but like the seats at the first day it was filled, but it wasn't filled to the max. And you go there like it's like and court happens early, like around 10:30 they said. So you get there around like 10, you get in. They said Meg comes on at 11. They got lunch at 12 o'clock at every other job. They try to be out by like 4:30. So by 4:30, then that's the end of the day. Wherever you stop at, you stop at, and you continue on the next day.
Yeah.
But but with the whole situation here, I thought Meg and them had a perfect stance, until Meg started contradicting herself. They said that Meg was saying things that the prosecutors weren't saying, and like she was messing up. And I'm like, y'all supposed to be on the same side. How you messing up? How you saying that? Oh, they asked you. Oh, so why'd you leave Jenner's house? Oh, I left because I wanted to leave because of my wig and all this other
She
stuff.
said her hair was falling off.
Her hair was falling off, and you saying all this other stuff, and you came there to make nachos, and I took 6 shots, and that was it. I wasn't tipsy at all, and that was fine. And I mean, then you over here talking about, oh, well, in the car, I walked this way and I walked that way, and I got shot in 2 seconds, and then like everything's just not adding up when she speaks.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And then
Let me play the video and we'll continue.
In the Tory Lanez trial, we had opening statements. Opening statements are still actually going. We have to pause midway through for lunch. Better than TV. If you watch the prosecution's opening statement, you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Dance, bitch." And then she ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3
Lucky with
fragments
56 minutes
of bullet wounds from her foot. Now, if you just, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot Meg. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution.
And the rest, I mean, yeah. So the rest of the prosecution goes to that. You know, when the whole defense started talking to Meg, I automatically knew that
They were
first
gonna
off,
pick her apart.
they was gonna pick her apart. But I already knew Meg was shot. That's one thing you can't deny. Like, she was shot. So
I don't know, but they said that she supposedly had fragments, but then like there's none to be found now.
I mean, hey, you know, there's no evidence.
There's all kinds of weird stuff going on, man. It's odd.
Exactly. And then go to the next slide. And then also with this whole situation, and then as soon as the defense comes up, they start talking about everything but being shot. They start bringing in her character, start talking about, oh yeah, so how you know we telling the truth here, but you spoke to the police office, you spoke to the people in the ambulance, you spoke to people at the hospital. Every time you said, oh, you stepped on glass, nobody shot you. You was talking about all this shot stuff. But next thing you know, you go on TV, which is called like Tell the Truth, and you over here telling nothing but lies. Make it make sense, Meg. Make it make sense.
Let's see what we got here. It says Megan started crying on the stand after the first question was asked, which was, "Do you know Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez?" I had no idea that Tory Lanez's real name was Daystar Peterson. That sounds like straight up a little hub video, you know what I'm trying to say. But when asked why was she crying, she said, "I shouldn't have to be here doing this." She also says the argument escalated after she told him that he ain't shiz and his music ain't shiz. You know what I'm saying? And the legal team confirmed she had a sexual relationship with the little Tory Lanez. She like they get on the short ride, baby. But oh yeah, Megan's people confirmed she did sleep with Tory. So yeah, she lied right to y'all face during an interview that her people requested with Gayle King. Can you believe that she lying her little bitty face off
On national TV.
on national TV trying to talk to my girl Gayle?
Let's see
But
what she
we
had
got
to
a
say.
video clip right here, man. Co-host, be quiet. I'm trying to speak here. We got a video clip for the fans. I'm just kidding. Let's watch it.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people to believe that it was a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature?
We
of
were
your...
not dating. We
What
were
was
really
lies?
close. We were friends. We hung out like every day.
Friends with
and his
bennies.
mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that, and
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
like sexual,
Yeah. Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
See, and this is why we don't believe her, because during this whole Gayle interview,
How you hit everybody with my boy Meek Mill, man?
he probably did.
No, I'm sorry. That was Lori Harvey.
So,
I'm sorry. But Meek Mill probably still wanted you.
and the reason why some people don't believe this, because during this whole Gayle interview, she looked sad. She was crying. She said, "How could I would never do that. I would never do that." And then during this whole thing, she's over here making these same puppy dog eyes. But you lied before, so how we know you ain't lying now? And you look real good at faking tears. Then how we know you ain't faking tears now? And what they said on court was, why she started to cry, no tears actually fell down her face. So you looking like
I
you're
would
crying
have
wolf.
tears down her face.
Horrible.
Shout out our boy Jesus. This is our boy, 6 pounds, 7 ounce baby Jesus. He loves Megan
He
Thee
does. It
Stallion.
doesn't
He,
make any
he makes
sense.
church to Megan Thee Stallion, and he hates Tory Lanez. But if your girl comes out as that little liar, what's she gonna say, baby
Exactly.
Jesus?
And exactly.
What are you gonna say?
And the way that the course and the way that the defense came at Megan, they started to ask like, so they started asking about the party. So what happened? So you said you were at Jenna's house. What were you doing? You were making nachos. Where was Kelsey at? She's like, I don't know what Kelsey was. Oh, you left? Why'd you leave? Oh, because EJ told me to leave. Oh, why'd you leave? Why you ain't leave with EJ if you came with EJ? Oh, I don't know why I left with Tory Lanez.
Because Tory was making Kylie risen.
Exactly.
He
And
was the RZA.
And on top of then after that, they go into the whole car situation. Like, oh, so when you got in the car, what happened? She said, oh, Tory Lane security guard was driving. She was in the passenger seat. Behind her was Kelsey. Behind the security guard was Tory. They all arguing in the car. You know, the whole argument starts off with your music whack. You short. Only reason why you hot is because of Jack Harlow. And then Tory Lanez coming out saying, "Oh, I'm a gangster. I'm from Canada."
Didn't they like his quarantine radio or whatever it was called?
Yeah, she was on quarantine. And you know, it's the funny part. That's crazy. The funny part was they also talked about when the whole quarantine radio was going on. Kelsey was at home in Texas with COVID, and that was supposed to be the time where she was supposed to be supposedly banging Tory, which is crazy. Like, how you put your friend down? You put your friend down with Kelsey, and then on top of it, you turn around and you backdoor your best friend.
It's weird. Like, I've never wanted to be secret Eskimo brothers with my friend that much. And it's weird to hear that Megan does.
Exactly.
She wants to be Eskimo sisters
So, and then
with
that's crazy.
everybody that her friend's been with.
That's just nasty. And then the whole thing starts off with, after she starts calling Tory short and start trying his whole music credibility and everything, he says, "Man, stop playing games. Why don't you tell Kelsey the truth?" Which this is the part where I find out this is the ultimate sucker move. You tell her that, tell her how you smash her behind her back, and Kelsey's looking all confused and befuddled.
She's like, "What? You getting stretched out?"
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And she's like, and the Kelsey says, "This ain't the first time. You smashed the baby. You smashed Tory. You smashed Ben Simmons."
Yeah, so basically at the party, Kylie Jenner told Megan to leave her house because of the way she was acting whenever she came back to get Tory. It's also being reported that Meg and her ex-BFF Kelsey both messed with Tory Lanez, the baby, and Ben Simmons, which led to an altercation between the two women inside the SUV. And we got a live reaction to Ben Simmons when he heard these
Let's see what he had to say.
reports.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
False.
accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
Ben
Shout out Rick Ross.
Ben Simmons, you're putting your ball in the wrong hole, man.
He needs to put it in the hoop.
You need to put it in the hoop, not put it in Megan Thee Stallion.
He's like, what's his face? Oh God, Annalie Choppa. He said you need to save your ball energy, Ben. You need to save your ball energy so you can dunk it home.
I mean, and this is funny. I mean, this is one thing I got to say. Like, even though once again I say Megan got shot, we ain't gonna never pass that. She did get shot, but her credibility as a person, as a friend, is just shot. That is horrible.
Everything's shot.
Like,
but you know the only thing I wish I shot?
What?
Her club up.
Who? Megan's? You like Megan?
I'll have a baby by Megan. It looks like that her child could definitely post up. We're going to the NBA, baby.
It's gonna be trash. You make a little Jeremy Shockey.
I mean, you know, she like G-Eazy, so she gotta like me. I'm way better
Oh my
than
God.
G-Eazy.
She had G-Eazy, the baby, Tory Lanez, Ben Simmons, Party. Like,
man, I'll go after all those dudes but Party. Because Party is a buster.
I mean, it is what it is. But
I'm just kidding. I like to pick on him.
But I mean, it looks like that was just day one. Then day two came. It looks like Kelsey had to take the stand. And we all been waiting on Kelsey to take the stand. Everybody knows that Kelsey had the tea. So
Yeah, more than the T. She had the D.
so Kelsey agreed to testify after discovering that Tory Lane's lawyer will be telling
An alternative story.
all authorities telling an
Sports
alternative
Authority.
story at the trial that paints her as the shooter. So
She got paid just to shoot her.
I mean, like, this is the part I don't get. And I mean, before we play Kelsey's testimony and everything, because this is the part, this is right here where everything gets mixed up. This is where everybody makes their decision. Because I've been listening to everybody podcast, and
Everybody and their mother
and
has been
and
talking
everybody's
about the trial of the century.
and everybody's saying either you're taking Kelsey's word on the stand a couple of days ago as word and where she didn't know anything, or you're going from her testimony what she did in September, where she spoke to the police.
Hey, if Meg Thee Stallion gets a house arrest, we will take her here at Tales from the Crib Studios.
No, we
I will
not.
watch
I don't
her.
want. No, she's a liar. We don't got time for liars over here. We don't got time for that. So
But she sounds like she likes Friends with Benny's.
should I guess we're brothers?
And she loves Eskimo sisters.
Pause. But here's the thing: what I don't understand. Before I play this whole clip, what I don't get, and I want everybody to comment below, is that Megan Thee Stallion says that ever since when the shooting, she got shot. Rock Nation, when she got shot, she went to the hospital. She didn't speak to Kelsey. Rock Nation spoke to Kelsey. They told Kelsey that you need to leave. You need to go back to Houston because she was in California. Then she said,
California.
then she says that after that day, Megan Thee Stallion flies to New York. She says that she never speaks to Kelsey again. Only the last thing her and Kelsey said was, "Oh, Kelsey texts her, says, well, how I'm gonna eat? I have nowhere to survive." That's what she says. Then fast forward a couple days later, Megan Thee Stallion says that, oh, Kelsey's being paid off. She's being paid off by Tory Lanez. She's gonna take Tory Lanez's story. This is why I can't mess with her. And then September comes. She tells the testimony saying that Tory Lanez is the shooter. So if Tory Lanez paid her the $1 million that you claim she paid, why did she in September say that Tory Lanez is the shooter? Then 3 days later, something supposedly happened. Nobody knows. And then she says, oh, I don't know anything. So like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, if she paid you off, why in September why in September she said, oh, Tory Lanez shot me? Why would she say, oh, in September, oh, Tory Lanez didn't shoot me? Then the later on came and then said, oh yeah, I don't know what happened. It's just not adding up.
It don't add up. Just like with most women, it never adds up.
Exactly. Like, if you tell me that, oh, you don't trust me, you don't trust Jesse no more because, oh, Jesse got paid off by the ops, and then
Sounds like Jesse.
and then I turn around and give a statement saying that, oh no, that I got me and Meg got shot, I got beat up, I'm on Megan Thee Stallion's side, but at the same time, Megan Thee Stallion said that you didn't
I would
talk.
immediately believe the story. As soon as you said I got beat up, I'll be like, facts.
Horrible. But then, like, it doesn't make any sense because if Megan Thee Stallion says that, okay, I'm painting the picture. Megan Thee Stallion says that I'm not messing with her because she's taking hush money. And then you say, oh, I didn't speak to her ever since then. So what happened?
She's taking more than hush money.
Then how do you know? Then what happens? Then the fact that, oh, now she's on your side, but you never spoke to her, but she took hush money. When you didn't speak to her, she took hush money. So what happened? What made her say, okay, I don't want this hush money no more? I'm gonna tell her the truth.
I don't know. I honestly believe that it could be Kelsey was the shooter because all I've heard from the eyewitness accounts that weren't anybody in the car, but people like in the neighborhood or area where the shooting happened, was that they saw a little man, a huge big man, and a woman fighting over a firearm. So that sounds like Tory, who's the little man, the big man, who's the driver, and a woman, Kelsey, fighting over a firearm
Or
that shot Meg. So I don't know if she was going to shoot Meg and Tory tried to grab the gun and then the security tried to grab the gun and it went off by Meg, getting shrapnel in her feet. I don't know who you point blame at that when that's happening, when people are fighting over a gun and it goes off. But I think, Kelsey also didn't want to talk until she was given immunity.
true, that's the crazy part.
I mean, and they knew that Tori was going to try to paint the picture that Kelsey was the one that pulled the trigger. So it's a very interesting.
Or
And everyone's been caught in lies and in saying different things at different times. So I don't know. To me, the way the evidence looks like, it looks like that
it looks really
her and Megan got into it. Megan got out the car. I think Kelsey was going to shoot her, and they tried to wrestle over the gun, and it might have went off. And now no one wants to take responsibility for the gun going off.
Or I mean, or you can go with Kelsey's testimony that, like you said, the witness saw two people fighting over a gun with one girl. Maybe it was Kelsey and the security guard trying to fight Tori from shooting Meg again. But
I mean, that's also, you could, yeah.
But then here's the part that I don't get. Kelsey's testimony was like a movie. She says that, okay, I painted the picture. Megan's in the passenger seat. Security guard's driving. Kelsey's behind Meg. Tori's behind the security guard. They start arguing. Megan walks out the car. They said that Tori hops from the back to the front, because she said it happened like that. Hops to the back to the front.
Yeah.
Then shoots her. Nobody hops to the
I
back
don't
to
know.
the
I
front.
just don't know why Tori would shoot her. I mean, he has too
Exactly.
much to lose, and he's not even an American citizen technically. Was he Canadian?
He's Canadian, so I mean, if any of this goes down, he can
They
get
could
charged.
deport him.
They can deport him, send him
And
away.
then he would have to live in Canada and only do shows in Canada and overseas.
Oh no, here it is. Okay, here's the story. Let me tell you the story. This is what Kelsey said. Kelsey said that, okay, they get in an argument. Everybody gets in an argument. 3 people get in an argument. The security guard doesn't get in an argument at all. He's just supposed to just in the front seat. They get in an argument. Megan leaves. Tori hops over the front seat. Pops Meg. Kelsey says that she goes to defend and cover Meg. She goes to defend and cover.
Why would she defend her? She was just arguing with her.
Listen, exactly. She defends and covers Meg. Oh, like, like in the movies where like you see the killer, like you see somebody hot a shot and like somebody's over, like hovering over him trying to protect them. She says while she's hovering protecting Meg after she got shot, Tori walks up. She sees Tori walking up. She runs away from Meg, runs to the car. She says, what I can do is I can distract Tori from shooting Meg. If I turn the car on, he's going to notice the car is on. He's going to stop. So she said, I turned the car on, and Eureka, it worked. Tori stopped looking at Meg, and he looked at me. He's like, what the hell? He walks to the car, opens the driver car door, pours her hair, gives her the, gives her the beating of the lifetime, pulls her hair, breaks her nails, breaks her necklaces, and then turns around and says, okay, you two girls get in the car right now. We got to go. Both girls get in the car. One girl from getting shot, one girl from doing that. And they drive 2-3 minutes later. Then the cops pull them over. What girl in the right mind, after one gets shot 5 times and one girl gets beat up, they get in the car with you?
That's like when they said Megan's testimony, where she said that. So whenever you get shot and then the cops pull up, you trust the dude that shot you more than the cops? Because she was like, I was scared that the cops were going to shoot me, so I didn't want to say anything. Because like George Floyd just happened. She tried to put it on George Floyd.
And I believe that. I believe that happened. Like, the police brutality happened, but at the same time,
no, her story just doesn't, sound convincing, man.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Honestly.
And then like when they said, okay, so I believe that part. You and the cops come, you don't feel safe, but you go in the ambulance car. The ambulance people said, talking to you,
The ambulance.
the ambulance people talk to you, you still don't feel safe. Now you go to the hospital. There's no gun around. There's no cops around. There's nobody around.
That was like
you still don't feel safe. You still snitch.
That was like you and that one girl that you dated.
See, you never tell. You never tell.
She used to beat you up, and you had a hard time escaping.
Exactly. You have to take my word for it. Look what the lawyer had to say. The lawyer was there himself. He had his own little.
I know you doing all this talking, man. We could have had the lawyer tell us.
I don't know what the prosecutors were doing. If you asked me, it was a fumble this morning because they dealt with the witness who was hostile, not answering their questions, saying that she lied to them about all these statements where she incriminated Tori. And then that fumble was picked up on cross-examination, and the defense attorney looks like he's on his way to the house. The defense attorney starts with the immunity piece. Okay, you've got immunity. You're only testifying once you got the immunity. Understood. Then the defense attorney goes into this idea that she's been paid off, and he does a great job of establishing the fact that she never made any statements to prosecutors in all of 2020, all of 2021. This happened in 2020. She only made a statement to prosecutors in September 2022, and the prosecutors are using all this evidence of alleged bribes. That stuff was years ago. So why would she have taken money years ago and then September 2022 not done what she's supposed to do when you take the money, which is lie for Tory? And to be sure, that's like the first 3 minutes across, because then we go into gunshot residue. You knew before you sat down with the police officers and gave your testimony that you had gunshot residue on you. Isn't that correct? She said,
yes, she did.
Defense attorney.
I mean, like, and see, like, all this crap, like I said before, it all boils down to this. What do you believe? Do you believe her testimony where she said Tory shot me? Or do you believe when she was on the stand where she just caught the case of amnesia and she don't know nothing about nothing? She don't know anything back about
It's
Megan.
just weird that like literally all three, the main three people that you can talk to have all been caught in lies. So it's like you really can't trust none of them.
That's
But
what
you
y'all should go
gotta
to jail.
kind of gotta trust them, like one of them, to kind of try to figure out the story. And then didn't they say something about the I don't know. Yeah, we got some other facts, but before we want to get into some more pain.
Some more pain? Who's hurting now?
It looks like Party, and it looks like Partisan Fontaine, and Megan Thee Stallion says her boyfriend is embarrassed, absolutely embarrassed by the media coverage of her sexual history, of her getting freaky with everyone in the world but me. What happened, Megan Thee Stallion? I sent you the DM. Why didn't you write back?
I mean, she did, but while she was writing you back, she was also getting banged out by Ben Simmons, the baby, and Tory Lanez.
I understand Ben Simmons.
You understand
but
the pain?
how you gonna let Tory and the baby hit before me? Come on.
Exactly. And you know Party Fontaine had to go all out.
I definitely should have went before Party.
She- I mean,
Party's
she's like,
always the last to the party, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think she is missing this a German.
She needs some German.
Some German sausage.
German sausage.
Oh man.
She needs the Wiener Schnitzel.
But I mean, see, and this is the bad part. It's like this is Party when he asked Meg if she got with Tory Lanez, the baby, and Ben Simmons in a 24-hour window, and started stuttering.
And she started stuttering. No.
That's when you know she lying.
No.
They start stuttering. And it's just sad and embarrassing because the crazy part is like while she was talking to Tory and messing with Tory and messing with another dude behind Tory's back, she was supposed to be talking to Party saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not like them." She's probably like the same thing that all girls tell you. I'm not like them other girls.
She's a trifling little Tatiana.
And exactly what it is.
That's why Chief Q said, "Love no thought."
And this is exactly why her character's all messed up.
Be thought.
This is why exactly why her whole character's all messed up. Nobody trusts her. This is exactly why like the trial is kind of iffy because yes, she got shot, but like that's not the question. Yes, she got shot, but the question is how did she get shot? It's 4 people in the car. Somebody has to paint the picture to tell the story right.
I would have popped her, but it wouldn't have been with a pistol.
Exactly, and nobody's telling the truth. You saying that you got out of the car, you got shot. Kelsey saying that nothing happened. Then you got witnesses saying that they saw 2 girls fighting in the middle of the street.
No, not 2. Oh yeah, I mean, but also 2 guys fighting with a girl over a gun.
You saw that too. So I mean, people saying all this stuff, but in your testimony and Megan's testimony, like, nobody's saying it. Nobody's mentioning that.
How do you decipher what's real, what's fake, and what's just people trying to save themselves?
You know how you decipher that? With DNA and forensic evidence. And that's what happens in the next day.
I'll supply some DNA, baby.
It looks like day 3, 4 happened? The next day happened. Day 5 happens.
Yeah, we are, I'm sorry, this is like the trial of the century. This is like the OJ trial for the current generation. So we're going to hop in this. We're going to get deep and dirty with Megan Tory. But DNA expert says Tory Lanez DNA was not found on the gun magazine, and also DNA on gun was inconclusive, but women's DNA was present. And then we're going to go ahead and play this video, and my co-host is going to talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about it. We'll see what's happening.
This is another criminalist, and this is what he said. He analyzed Tory's DNA, and he said that there was no DNA from Tory Lanez on the magazine, and that he said that the results for his DNA on the gun were inconclusive. That was big. The defense was also able to call their own witness, another DNA expert, Mark Scott Taylor. He was able to also speak to the LAPD's DNA findings. He corroborated their findings that Tory's DNA was not found on the gun. He said, I would expect if a person's hands aren't gloved, DNA should be on that gun. So the defense used this as a time once again to make the jurors believe that perhaps Kelsey could have been the shooter. The trial is on recess till Monday. The defense still has an opportunity to call some more witnesses. One person that we have not heard from is the fourth person in the car, Jaquan, and there is a possibility that he may be called to testify. We've also heard during the opening.
And there you have it. I mean, like, there you have it. I mean, if you can't trust the people's word, the next thing you have to go with is like forensic evidence. And they're saying that Tory Lanez's DNA or there was no DNA or there was no gunpowder residue on him at all. It was inconclusive. And if you shoot the gun 5 times, you're gonna get some type of gunpowder residue on you or something. And everybody's talking about, oh yeah, well, how did Megan and them bring the gun? They were in their bikini. I mean, Tory Lanez was in basketball shorts. He had no socks on, no shoes on.
He was hiding it under his tallywhacker.
He had no shirt, no nothing. So if he shot a gun 5 times, he would have to have gunpowder residue on him because he had no clothes on to protect him from it. So that's one thing that, like, at first I was on Megan's side that, oh, no, Tory shot her. But then after hearing that, I was like, man, I mean, that kind of is true. Like, if there's no gun residue on you, you don't have any clothes, how does that work? And then I'm starting seeing that everybody say, oh, no, what? They said, no, Tory Lanez, DNA wasn't on the magazine, the fingerprints wasn't on the clip. He probably wiped it off. And I'm like, and everybody saying, like, I'm like, how can you wipe off one fingerprint, not all of the fingerprints? That doesn't make any sense. Am I right? 'Cause, like,
it doesn't make any sense.
And then, like, everybody's like, oh no, like, well, if a whole bunch of people touch the gun magazine in the same spot, that can like mess with the fingerprint thing. But I'm like, at the same time, he would touch more than just that one spot. It's impossible for everybody to touch all of the same spots and all the part of the guns. It's impossible.
Yeah, I've always been the one to find that special spot.
My course is on Demon Time.
I've been on Demon.
Hey, but I mean, like, this is coming on, so it's all coming down to this. We got 2 days left of the Megan Stallion case. We got today, Monday, and we got Tuesday. We got to see if the security guard coming up from Tory Lanez. We also got the security guard for Megan. You got the EJ. I mean, you got the person that supposedly said they saw 2 girls fighting, and also
Do we got one more thing with Meg?
we got 2 more days.
No, one more. What do we got? One more story with Meg?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last story, and then here's the conspiracy theory right here. Last story with Megan's title is that people are saying, one, Megan's
bodyguard is missing.
Bodyguard is missing. Where is Justin? Some people saying that he's at the World Cup, doing security guy stuff over at the World Cup. So that's why nobody can find him. He really hasn't been online. And everybody else is saying that that Carl Crawford has something to do with Megan in this court case. And Carl Crawford had something to say about it himself. He said the Megan Thee Stallion BFF Connect.
Wasn't he signed to her, right?
Yeah, she was signed to him, but now she's with the Rock
that's
Nation.
what I'm going to say. Sorry.
So it looks like the 1501 label
What about
circulates
1738?
as she takes a stand. So I'm guessing things aren't going well in the Megan case, that they're trying to bring in all this propaganda because supposedly Kelsey has a husband. Her husband works for 1501. He's like one of the executives there.
Yeah.
So people are thinking like, okay, well, she's working with him and they're trying to screw over Megan. That's why this whole little Kelsey not knowing anything is all happening. But it's not adding up. I mean, if she's with this dude now, why would she be like, oh yeah, she had a baby by him. She's supposedly now his husband. So why would she go to court and be like, oh, I don't know anything? Why don't she just throw everybody under the bus? Like, I got my family now. I don't need y'all.
For real.
And everybody's saying that, oh, Tory Lanez is paying everybody off. Tory Lanez don't got $1 million for everybody. He ain't that rich.
Tory Lanez ain't got a Gucci watch on the mic. I'm telling you that right now.
He got 7 Gucci watches on the mic.
Yeah, check out the Gucci watch. No, he probably got a rollie.
Exactly. But I mean, it's enough about Megan case. You gotta tune in next time. Next week's episode, we're gonna have this finale of it. Hopefully,
Yeah, there's gonna be an update. We know everyone in the world's been checking out, especially DJ Academics, been covering this heavy. But we'll give you the final updates, and we'll let you know who's gonna walk free, who's snitching, and who's Eskimo brother or sister with who. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But let's go ahead and move on to my co-host's favorite
hey,
number one topic.
hey
Now, I'm
man,
gonna tell you nothing but straight facts on this.